Hello and welcome to Strategic Gaming. My name is Mac Taylor, and I have three panelists with me today. And I'm not going to let them talk right now, but it is Jada Lewis, Kristen Taylor, and Tequilla Yeager. I thought I was about to mix your guys' names up because they sound similar rolling off the tongue. Uh, Kristen, this is your first time with us, so just walk us through up to episode 6, your thoughts so far, and go.
All right, so starting off on the show, um, it's super filled with. There's so much drama in this small house. Like the challenges are, they've seemed so easy, but at the same time, like so difficult considering like how challenging they actually are for some of the contestants, and like the bed situation. It all just seems so unfair, and it's. I mean, that's just the name of the game, but overall, it's been like really good. You've been seeing the player strategies as they've been coming along. You've been seeing the romances, I'll say, blossom or die. And we've seen some really good characters, and personally, I think some really bad characters. Some bad participants, I should say, on the show. I'm leaning towards favoring like Monica and Bunky and um Nicole is all right, but then like you've got the other side of the spectrum, like Justin, and Kent is like kind of redeemable because he had a talk with Bunky and like he's getting over his shit. But overall, you've been seeing like the different how they're different, definitely playing with different strategies. They're using their what would you call it? Their accents, like their I don't know the word. They're using their traits, their physical traits to get what they want. Thank you. Yeah, they're using their characteristics and like they're using everything they've got.
All right, and Jada, we didn't get to hear your thoughts on the Justin thing last time, so why don't you go ahead and you and Kristen can bounce off your thoughts about the Justin getting ejected from the house situation.
All right, guys, you ready for me to go off? Honestly, from day one, Justin was kind of lower on my totem pole of people I could deal with, because he was already just like so fucking obnoxious and like just like douchey, and like you guys remember the initial thing where it was like, yeah, one girl down the block, one around the corner, one across the street. Like that was like initially I was like, wow, this guy's gross. And then he went and got all like threatening with Kent. And even though I didn't like Kent that much, and he has, like, as Kristen said, redeemed himself a little bit more, even though I didn't like Kent that much, it was still like, there's no reason for you to be such a douche. And then he goes and holds a knife to someone's throat. And now, listen, I am all for, I'm not here to kink shame. But what the fuck?
Like,
would you like it if I killed you right now?
Yeah.
She wouldn't have any feelings about it because she would be dead. What? It doesn't make any. And then like,
she was intoxicated too. Yeah. So like, she wasn't in the right state of mind. Like, she could have been like, "Yeah, kill me." That doesn't mean do it.
Right. And then, even further from like to go on with that is that the house was like upset that he was kicked out. Like, he has caused nothing but issues and been nothing but a douche to every single person there. And you're mad that he got kicked out because he was being physically violent towards someone? Like, is that just how forgiving we were of, like, abusive assholes in 2001? Or...
That was an archetype.
Like, it's so disgusting. I was so mad. Like, I was, like, the entire time watching all of that go down, I was like, this is sickening. And not in, like, a good way. Just, like, truly disgusting. So those are my thoughts and feelings.
All right. Yeah, me and Tequilla had similar thoughts about it. Like, we don't think, like, they probably should have kicked him out over the Kent thing. Mm-hmm. But just the fact that they pulled him and they're like, hey, this is your last chance, anything like that. And he goes, okay, and immediately he's laughing about it, then
Yeah.
immediately does the whole Kristen thing.
Yeah, and you know what? While they were
So,
showing
yeah.
those clips, they were like, he was like, yeah, I won't physically intimidate anybody. I won't physically force myself on anybody. And was like laughing and making a joke about it while agreeing. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you have to actually outwardly agree to not physically, sexually force yourself on someone. Like, that's just like top level disgusting.
Definitely.
Ugh.
All right, so on to the episodes that we watched. I'm just kind of going to walk through the bullet points and we'll talk about things. Krista basically is explaining her nominations of Autumn and Kent that she doesn't view Will as a threat. So everybody wanted Will on the block, but she's like, I can beat Will in the end. No one's going to vote for Will. So do you think the strategy of not targeting Chilltown is beneficial for Krista's game moving forward? Go Jada, then Kristen, then Tequilla.
Yeah, I definitely think it was more beneficial for her to not. I mean, I know the whole house wanted Will and Shannon up there, but if you put Will and Shannon up there, then I mean, it's just going to cause all this unneeded tension, and there's already so much going on. I think she did a good thing by trying to get out somebody that everybody would be kind of like, oh, yeah, we agree with this, but just in a different way. Because obviously the, what is it, the Chill Rat Pack? Chill guys? You know, Will Shannon, Chilltown, thank you. Will Shannon and Boogie are obviously, like, if they did something to disrupt that, then the other two would be, like, pissed. So I think she was kind of playing it a little bit safer, and putting Autumn on the block is not a surprise because she's been having a hard time and, like, annoying, and obviously should just go home to her son. And then putting Kent on the block, again, not surprising because he's just been kind of annoying and douchey. And so, like, maybe you don't want to live with the guy, so can't blame her for those nominations.
Kristen?
Okay, so I have mixed feelings about it because I feel like she could have still gone with Will, but like, or Shannon, but not together. Because I feel like if she had put them up against each other like that, it would have caused like all that drama, like Jada was saying. But if it was someone like Kent and Shannon or something, I think we would have seen a little bit more of a divide in the votes because Shannon and Will are not likable to me. Like, I know that they've got a lot of the house members like around their fingers, but those two together are targeting other people. Like, I mean, we see it with Shannon and Autumn, and Shannon targeting other people. Like, even Kent tries to defend her, like, why would you do this? And so does Hardy. Like, it's just, it's very petty with those two, and I feel like Shannon would be an easier person to get off than Will right away, so I understand not doing that, even though that's what the house wanted. But I still think she should have gone for one of the two to put a stop to it. And we just know that those two are going to get more powerful as time passes, in my opinion.
And Tequilla?
Yeah, I agree with Jada and Kristen both at the same time. Like, I'm in the middle of both of them. I think Will or Shannon should have went up between one of them, but I think good decision between Autumn and Kent because one of them do need to go now, especially Autumn. She's just emotional wreck right now, and I don't feel like she should be there any longer. She's just causing a lot more stress and drama for everybody else that's there. But I do wish Shannon would have went up or Will as well.
For sure. I think personally I would have maybe, without having any knowledge of the game moving forward, I would have put up one of them, even knowing that person would have went home. I don't think I'd put up both of them, especially since everybody else is already going to target them anyway. Why wage on someone I know that they're going to get out later anyway? So on to like Autumn and Kent are kind of the lower liked people in the house, but Hardy seems to be getting like mass love from everybody in the house. Everybody's like obsessed with Hardy. So basically, what are your thoughts on Hardy so far, Jada, then Kristen and Tequilla? Go ahead, Jada.
Hardy so far, at first, like, appearance, you would just think he's just, like, a pretty boy because he's so, like, fit and works out all the time. But, like, he has really shown himself to be, like, a really good person, I think. He really, like, listens to everybody when they need somebody to listen to them. And he seems like he's, like, I think he plays kind of stupid. Like, makes it seem like he is. Like, outwardly, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm a beefcake, yeah. But, like... But I think he's actually pretty smart, and he really, like, helps people. So I like Hardy. He seems like a really good guy.
And Kristen?
Yeah, I would definitely say that Hardy is one of my more favorite characters because he's not a jerk. He's not just a total asshole. I mean, when the show first started, I was just like, oh, Will is cool because he's a doctor, you know, like science. And I love science. So I was just like, oh, awesome. And then he just turned out to be such a scumbag to me, like pursuing a woman who is in a relationship that she says she's happy with, even though that's not exactly the case, you know, and just the way he treats other people. And, like, even his interest in Shannon is kind of a red flag for me because of how she treats people. Like, dating someone like that says a lot about how good of a person you are, I think. And just, like, having that flip so quickly, and, like, me not liking Hardy in the beginning because he did seem like the beefcake and, like, he was just, you know, there, to end up thinking that he's actually a really cool guy. I think it was quite the turnaround, and I think that he should play it up a bit more, honestly.
Tequila? Thoughts on Hardy? I think we lost him again, Kristen. They seem frozen.
I can see Ben's eyes moving, but Tequila's not moving.
Is Tequila frozen?
I think so.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. Hello.
Okay, now it's unfroze now. Here we go.
Okay, yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I didn't like Hardy to begin with because, yeah, he seemed like more of a beefcake, sexy guy, you know, just to look at. But then he started to change it around and started to, you know, be nice to people, start listening, give advice, you know, get with the I don't know, say like losers, so to speak, of the Big Brother. So I really feel like he's done a real good character change with all the drama that's happening now than he used to. So I like him a lot now. Like, I think he's changed like a total 180 from episode 1 to episode 7 right now.
Yeah, my initial thoughts on Hardy were like, oh god, here's the guy. He's gonna come in and be like all obsessed with himself. And he is pretty down to earth. And like as a person, I think I would get along with Hardy as a person. But entertainment wise, I don't get as much out of Hardy because he's all like, he has this moral high ground he wants to follow. Whereas like people like Will, from an entertainment standpoint, I like more because it's like they're willing to do some pretty much despicable shit to win this game. And honestly, to me, that's a little more entertaining. But you know, who I'd hang out with, I'd probably hang out with Hardy because he seems like he'd be a nice person.
Yeah.
Then we go on to, so we're going to talk a little bit about Shannon here because Mike Boogie calls her the Ice Princess because as we see a lot of her gameplay, it's cold, calculated, and very emotionless. And she's really trying to throw Ken under the bus. She's like, he has the car. He's got a family he wants to go home to. Let's just get him the hell out of here because she's like, he's ruining our vibe that we have here of the young people together. So again, we'll go Jada, Kristen, Tequila, and just your thoughts on the Ice Princess, Shannon.
All right. To start off, I am pissed that now that I'm watching this and, you know, God, what is it, like 18 years in the future, that he called her the Ice Princess because that was one of my favorite childhood movies and it's like ruining it for me. So thanks, Boogie. I know you did that before that movie even existed, but thanks. Just, No, she has like at first it was just kind of like, okay, so she's just a little conceited and she's just a little judgy, and I was like, that's not surprising. I'm used to seeing these people in my everyday life. So I was just kind of like annoyed by her, but it wasn't so much so that I just like couldn't handle it, you know? But then like as time goes on, you really see her becoming and like showing that she really is like not a good person. And I understand doing what you have to do to play the game, but like you said, just like cold, emotionless, calculating. And while these are good things to be in a game where you need to be thinking about things, you also have to put forth a social aspect. It's a social game. And she has even said that like she only wants to hang out with cool people or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, who are you to decide like who the cool people are? Like, you're just being uppity. And she thinks she's better than everyone else. She's fucking around with Will just to use him to better her game. Or I honestly don't know at this point, because what are they doing? She has a man at home. Like, honey. And at first I was like, wow, Will's coming on hard. And like, she's kind of like being pretty clear, like, no, Will, like, this is just friendship. But like, she's been like flirting back as more time goes on. She's like definitely like more into it. And I'm like definitely judging her for it. And then the whole like fake crying manipulative thing, I'm not a fan of. Like, she just comes out and like after she finds out that everybody like is tired of floating up with her shit, she's like, I'm so sorry, like I just can't take criticism because I'm so fucking perfect, and like starts crying. Like, you literally called Autumn fat and she's not even fat. And you know that she's emotional to begin with, and you're gonna go and like take a woman down like that? Like, no, Shannon, I don't like her.
Okay, Kristen.
I'm just sitting here like, preach. Yeah, basically all the same stuff. Like, I've been talking shit about Shannon since we started this thing, pretty much. She's probably my most disliked character on the show, because like Jada said in the beginning, like, I thought Will was coming on too strong. Like, when he kissed her on the cheek and he was just like, I'm really attracted to you, I was like, red flag. You know? I was like, oh no. But then like, she's been letting him do stuff, and you know, even with like she has a man at home, I understand some parts of the like playing the game, like how she's leading him on. But then it turned into more than that, and they actually started getting physical. And like I believe the last episode, we saw them potentially maybe having like sex and
definitely naked in the shower together.
Yeah, definitely naked in the shower, and then under the covers with those sounds. We're not going to say exactly what those were, but yeah, but like that takes it to a whole different level. And I just think it's so funny that they brought on her boyfriend, who was just like, I think I deserve answers. And I'm like, honey, I'm with you.
Okay, Tequila.
Yeah, I agree with both of you girls. I hated Nicole to start out to begin with, but now it's total, like, it's flipped. Shannon's at the top, and I just want her out. I hate her so much. She's using people. She's manipulative. Even Will said that she was manipulating him, and he even knows it, but he's still going to stay with her because he's doing the same thing. And then for her boyfriend to come on there, and like, you can tell he kind of still wants to be with her. She's a fighter. She's doing what she has to. She's using her body for this, but also at the same time, he wants answers. But I'd kick her to the curb. Shannon's done. I don't like her. I hate her. I don't even want to talk about her anymore. So I'm done.
Okay, I'll finish it out, and I'll touch on the boyfriend thing, and we'll skip that when we get to that part of the next part. Shannon's game, I understand. In fact, in the social experiment too, I considered myself the villain. You know, like, I was in some pretty shady shit. Being the villain is okay. In fact, the audience will probably connect with the villain a lot of the time. But there is a difference between playing a game and being completely personal and a completely shitty person. Will, I think, plays the game. He ups the evil doctor, and he ups that in his character. Shannon, all of her attacks are personal on Autumn about the potato chips. And just and you'll see in the next episode we watch, she does something awful. Like she makes it's not strategic. It's just how I believe she acts like this outside of the house. But with the crying, same thing on eviction night against Cheryl. Like that's why she had Cheryl go first and then went second, so she could try to work up some tears first.
Yeah.
Of her game, because play the emotions you need to play, but some of the things that she's done in the house, I think, are down friend being like, "Oh, I want answers," but he's still being. He's like, "Will, you just need to watch out for me." And I'm like, "Listen here, dude. You're on the outside. He's in the house with your girl, and honestly, if he wants her, he can have her. So you need to just calm the hell down. And if it was really that big of a deal to you, leave her." Because she clearly doesn't give a shit about you, because it's only been 3 weeks and she's already with somebody else. So then we get the luxury competition. It was really, really odd, but it comes down to basically Nicole is really good at riding a bull that I didn't see coming, but Will decides he wants to be cocky and he goes, "Hey, even this, you're still on PB&J and we're not," and he ends up falling right off. So like, I don't know. Do you guys have any thoughts about the food comp, or we want to go right over it?
I just thought it was ironic that Will was like, "Oh, I'm so good," and then like immediately fell off. Other than that, I mean, they were just riding a bull. It wasn't super exciting.
I did love the part where Bunky was like, "I don't want to be the gay guy that falls right off this thing," and he does. He's like, "Great, I fulfilled a stereotype." And I was like, "All right, anybody else have thoughts?"
He's very funny and likable, but like with the whole food thing, I just like feel like I'm inclined to mention this. With the whole peanut butter and jelly for the week thing, I have been watching these episodes and I just want peanut butter so bad. Like they hate it, and I'm just sitting here like, bro, I need a peanut butter sandwich.
Like this is like you're watching them eat them, and you're like, man, I could use some peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
See, and that's the thing. In these early Big Brother seasons, there have nots. If you were to talk to the house guest of today that have to eat slop and take cold showers, and you told them that all they had to do is eat, like, that is amazing. We'll take that any day. I just find it so funny. They're like, peanut butter and jelly again. I can't stand this.
But they can still take hot shower.
Yeah, they get to sleep in their normal beds and not like the crazy ass beds they get in later seasons for the have-nots. Like, this is a luxury, people. All right, so on past that, this is an interesting point that I'm actually curious to talk about. Will is trying to get Nicole on the Chilltown side because they pretty much secured Krista. Krista, she likes the other side, but she's pretty much down to work with Chilltown. And Will goes about it. He basically tells Shannon, like, "You're a bitch. I don't like you, but like, and you don't like me, and that's fine. But we should work together to get through this game." So we'll go Jada, then Kristen, and Tequilla again. What thoughts on how Will acknowledges that Nicole is the way in and tries to get her on the side?
I think starting out with honesty was a good play. I think he got a little too honest at some points, and Nicole called him out on that shit. She was like, "Wow, you're really taking 2 steps back." I don't think Nicole is ever gonna like legitimately join Chilltown. I don't think she trusts them. She doesn't like them. She makes it very clear that like she's not cool with them. But definitely like as a strategy to kind of like be in on things, it's a good idea for her to join. Will is a dick. I know we've covered that, but he's a dick. Like, I know, like, I appreciate the honesty going in. That's a good way, because if he would have gone up to Nicole and been like, "Oh, hey, like, sorry we haven't gotten to, like, really hang out so far. We should, like, team up, bro." then she would have seen right through that. She'd been like, obviously you just want my vote. Like, I don't know. Like, you're being like dumb. Like, I could see right through you. So going with the whole honesty thing was a good idea, but he just needs to work on his delivery.
Yeah,
Right, Kristen?
I'll say like the same thing basically. It's one thing to be like, hey, you know, when we first met, I didn't really like you. I thought you were kind of mean, but he's just like, I thought you were straight up bitch. Like, he is going in, and I'm like, pal, this isn't how you get people on your side. And yeah, I agree. I don't think that she would actually go through with it. I think that she would meet up with her team and think of a strategy to like infiltrate. But they're not her crew. They're just, you know, she's not the type to hang out with those people. I really don't think so. Nicole has shown like that she's a better person than previously thought, I think. And I just don't see it.
Yeah, I totally agree on that because it was also mentioned in the one of the episodes that Nicole would lie straight to, you know, Will and Shannon's face and Mike, you know, Boogie's face. So I mean, they kind of know that she's going to do what she has to do to get through the game, basically. I do like Nicole, and I think that what she's doing could work if she were to play both sides, maybe in a sense. Other than that, I don't really think that she should fully side with the shitty crew, basically, because they treat everybody like shit. That's her new name, Shitty Crew. So I really think if she were to side maybe like a little bit just to get in to initiate like a break in the system and then get her side to win basically and get Will and Shannon or Boogie out.
Yeah, how I view the situation, I approached it so honestly. Because honestly, just like you three said, if someone were to come up to you and be like, hey, you know, I didn't like you at the start of the season, and I know you probably didn't like me, but can we work together? You'd probably be like, yeah. But the second they say bitch, I know especially Kristen is like, look. And then like the bridge is burned. Especially Nicole. Nicole is such a fire, like a fiery spirit that you not liking her and it's done. It's a done deal. So I think Will approached it in the wrong way, but the fact that he had the wherewithal to be like, yeah, I know you don't like me. I know it. I'm not gonna look past it. And I also know that you're the necessary tool that I need to use to get leverage in this game. Did he approach it the right way? No. But is he making a step that could maybe help him in the future? Yes, I do believe so. So moving forward, flipping the page in my notes. All right. So we also get this vegetarian talk between the two, and that was even worse on Will's part. He's like, I just don't get how you do it. Like, I just have to eat meat. Why the fuck don't you drink milk? And I'm like, Will, man, just
now is not the time, buddy.
Walk away, man.
You're trying to get her to join your crew, but you're criticizing her life choices?
I never wanted to criticize Dr. Will Kirby, but holy shit, that was a terrible conversation. Then this one pissed me off. This thing pissed me off more than anything so far, even more than the Justin thing. Because basically Hardy and Nicole are talking to Kent and Autumn. They're like, hey, can one of you just volunteer to go home so we don't have to make the decision and we'll just vote for whoever you guys say should go home? I'm like,
what the fuck?
Okay, look, guys. You all signed up to play this game to win $500,000, and you're asking somebody to say, yeah, go ahead and get me out. I'm just not feeling it. I just want to go have my food. I want to go eat my sushi. No, you're gonna fight for your life because that is the point of this game that you are fucking playing. So to have the audacity to ask someone to just say, yeah, no, I'm good, fuck you in that statement. Okay.
All right.
We'll start with Jada. Kristen than Nicole. Or than I almost said Nicole because I'm so pissed at her. Thoughts on that groundbreaking question, Jada? Go ahead.
First of all, I don't know if I can really follow up that performance, Ben, but yeah, I mean, no, I agree. I mean,
wait. Okay, go ahead, Jada.
Okay, I agree with you. I wouldn't say it made me as mad as the Justin thing because he was like rapey and gross, but I was mad because, like you said, like you literally like signed up to go on the show and be paid to go on the show to win money, and so did every single other person in the house. So why do you think that someone else would just be like, yeah, I guess I'll go home. I miss my family. Like, everybody misses their family. Everybody wants to go home, but everybody also wants to win. Like, if you were in that position and somebody had said to you, oh, I think you should just volunteer to go home so that we don't have to, like, think for ourselves and do something hard. Like, no. Not as mad as you, but certainly disappointed.
I guess I look at it from the viewpoint of, like, if I were playing this game and someone came up to me and like, hey, would you please just volunteer to go home? I'd be like, all right, fucker, no, I'm not doing that.
And then I'd be going for their head next week.
I would say that, like, I'm with Jada on I'm not as angry. I'm definitely disappointed. And my reasoning is because, like, not only are they asking someone to give up this money, they're also, like, it's a cop-out for them. Like, you're on this game. You don't get to have easier decisions just because you don't want to make the hard ones. Like, you are going to get pit up against people that you get along with. You're going to get pit up against people that you might actually genuinely care about. That's not about that. That's not what you're here for. You're not here to make long-lasting relationships. You're here to win a game. And if that means voting off your best friend, then you just have to deal with it. You shouldn't go up to them and ask them to throw it just so you don't have to make that hard decision. It's really just, it's a shitty thing to do, especially if they're your friend.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, we lost Tequila.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure that out. Tequila, do you mean to resend you the link?
I don't know. It's not going.
You're breaking the illusion.
You're breaking the 4 windows, fourth
Four
wall.
squares.
Fourth square, fourth wall.
I'm Deadpooling this right now, okay? I'm breaking the fourth wall.
Tequila, like,
I re-added you, Tequila, so try to click again.
Tequila breaks out of her window and walks into Ben's window.
Like, it like takes my window, spreads it apart, and inserts her into it.
Yep.
Also, I love
Wish we had the technology.
Oh, that'd be sick. I was gonna say, I love how we're all wearing glasses right now. Like, I just noticed we're all just, like, terrible eyesight people.
Yeah, and we all have glares coming off the screen.
I know! I was looking at them.
Literally, story of my life. Like, if I take any selfies, like, you can see my my phone reflection of myself. Like,
you have a shitty camera then, because usually you can see my face in my selfies.
Well, sorry, no, I can see myself, but I can also see my face, like, in my glasses.
Oh, like you yourself can see it.
Yeah. Come on, Ben.
Like the picture comes out and you can see. I'm like, why would that be a thing?
Jada's living in 1930.
You caught me.
When you took a picture and it was like a mortar shell going off.
I am actually from the 30s. I am immortal. You have revealed my secret.
What's your secret?
I apologize to people watching right now. I know this got way off topic, but we're waiting.
Yeah. Wow. Sorry.
Any progress?
This is
Tequila?
the quality content that these people are not paying for.
She's restarting her computer again, so we're gonna have to like.
Oh.
We're gonna move forward a little bit with, but she will rejoin in a minute.
Okay.
Ben,
Okay?
we might just have to break the fourth window.
We may end up breaking the fourth window. Maybe. I'm not gonna let it go. Let's see, where are we at here? Okay. Kent basically believes Will's setting a trap for his eviction because they're like, hey, we're all going to vote Kent. So Nicole's like, well, maybe I'll give Autumn a pity vote. And Kent's like, no, because if they pin their votes on me instead of Autumn, well, then I'm fucked because that's 4 votes to 3, and I'm going home. Kent's always paranoid, and I don't know. What are your thoughts? Jada and Chris, on what are your thoughts on Kent's game, Jada?
Okay, sorry, you were a little fuzzy. So that part, I was kind of like, I agree with Ken. Like, I don't think I don't agree with Ken as far as Ken is taking it, but I can certainly see like where the paranoia is stemming from, because if you have people saying, well, I'll vote to get you out, but like only 2 of us vote just so that she doesn't feel as bad, like he thinks that's a very slippery slope into like who's voting for who, and then they all accidentally, or too many of them accidentally, vote out Kent instead of Autumn. And so like I don't think I would take it quite as far as Kent as like some sort of weird trap from Will, but I do think that like it's worrisome. Like if I was in his position, I'd be like, no, bitch, like we'll go a landslide.
All right, Kristen.
Well, first of all, yeah, they did go landslide. Boy, howdy.
Oof.
But yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that Kent has every like right to be worried. I would be in the same state. I think I over worry about things a lot, and I do think that Will might do something like that, like lead them astray, because he's a manipulative person and he can play the cards to his advantage like that. I do think that, like, just slightly off topic, I think that it was weird to vote off Autumn in the first place because she is such an easy target. I don't see why they wouldn't have done Kent first. Like, I think that he had every right in his mind to believe that he would be going home first because of that, because Autumn is such an easy person to take out later on because of her emotional state.
Okay.
Yeah.
They definitely could have saved like the easy nominee for later in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree with that too, and we'll get more to that with Autumn when we talk about Autumn's eviction. But taking out the person you view as weak early is kind of like a no. Like, you want to keep the weak people around so you can beat them in the end of the game. Because like if you look at like how I played the social experiment too, I wanted to keep Jada around as long as possible because I could beat Jada at just about any competition that we played. That's why I brought Jada as far as I did. So you have to have. I love you, Jada, as a person, but you were really bad. I did the math. You played 15 or 16 competitions in both of your seasons, and you won 1.
Proud of you.
Cole played about 20 competitions in his Big Brother or social experiment run, and he won 14 of them. So, I don't know.
You've made your point.
Okay. And I think Kristen, I don't know how many she played, but she won a few.
Yeah, the reason I think I stayed so long in our Big Brother game was because I wasn't a threat in a different way. Like, I wasn't bad at challenges, but I also didn't care about winning. Like, I just wanted to see, I wanted to see how far I could get, but if I was voted off, I wasn't going to be mad about it. Like, they were like, oh, we're so sorry, and I'm like, don't worry about it. Like, like I'm cheering for you.
Well, it came down to, because like in the beginning of the game, I was working with a couple of people, and then we had that long ass break waiting for people to like get their ride situation figured out. And like I was sitting in my bedroom doing like a interview or something, and Jada comes in and she's like, "Look, here's my game so far. What's your game?" Like I told her my thoughts, and she's like, "Can we work together to where it was gonna be me, Nate, and then you two in the final 4?" And I was like, "Yeah," and then we'll take out Nate and Kristen, and me and you will roll final two. And she's like, yeah. And so yeah, so Kristen was must keep in the game for me because I knew you were working with me through Jada.
Mm.
And then we got down to the final five, and like Cole kept winning all those competitions, and I had to make a decision between Jada and you. And I was like, well, I can beat Jada. I don't know if I could beat, because you had a couple of comps where I was like, man, I think Kristen might end up beating me.
The hide and seek match? Just saying.
Yeah,
I had to convince you to throw it because it took me forever to fucking find you to begin with.
I got out so early because I was like, surely everybody else has been caught by now. Like, I've been hiding for like 15 minutes.
Davey gave up too. He walked right past me and didn't see me.
Well, like, Cole kept coming after me, but like I was running. I kept outrunning him, and then he made a deal with Nate that like if I won, I would keep them safe, and I was gonna backdoor Cole in that round. So I was like, all right, Kristen, like trust me. And you're like, I don't know if I can. I'm like, Kristen, trust me, I got here all night long. And then finally, after like 10 minutes, you gave up.
But I did it in the best way possible, might I add. I straight up walked to the porch, sat down, and waited for Cole to realize that I was on the porch with everybody else.
Which really, if you were trying to win, that was also a good strategy because he would never look there.
It was so funny. I'm the comedy of the show.
Comedic.
But like, and I also thought it was hilarious that we're getting Tequilla back. I see a face.
Oh,
and Tequilla, talk.
There she be.
Oh, wait a second. You good?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Oh yeah. I continue with the game and off of the social experience. This is Nicole. She gets mad about towels. Starts going off about towels. And Bunky's like, you're gonna throw sweaty towels in a dryer? Like Bunky gets shady with her, and I love it. Thoughts on this debacle? We'll go Tequilla, then Jada, then Kristen.
Yeah, they were all talking like Nicole's all sweet and stuff, and then the whole peanut butter and jelly thing's fine, and all of a sudden goes to this kitchen and she's like, what the fuck, guys? Like, there's towels everywhere for no reason. Like, you guys need to start picking them up. I do laundry all the time. So I'm just going to put these in the dryer, and then, they're going to be dry, sweaty towels, and you can just use them. So deal with it. If you're not going to, I wash laundry all the time. I do like 27 towels a day. She's like, I'm getting sick and tired of it. So you guys can just, deal with the situation of dry, dirty towels.
Jada?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty amusing. I can't say I disagree with Nicole. It came out of nowhere for everybody else, but it looks like, she had been cleaning. They showed clips of her just cleaning everything. And they haven't really shown anybody else cleaning anything. And so I can definitely see why she would be upset. People aren't cleaning up after themselves, and that's annoying, especially when you're in a house with 9 other people. So I see where she's coming from. And then I thought it was funny when they were like, do you feel better now? And she was like, no, I've got all this like sexual frustration pent up. It's like, okay, Nicole, I see you.
Yeah, it was something. I also like see where she's coming from a bit. I do think that she should have went about it a different way. I could tell that it wasn't just the towels. Like, she definitely had other things going on. But, it's, if you don't want to wash the towels, then don't wash them. Like, at least, and I understand she's a clean freak too. So, like, just throw them in a corner in the laundry room, like, don't do everybody else's laundry if they're not going to be grateful for it. They'll find out real fast, like, how grateful they were that it was getting done when it doesn't.
For sure.
I think it's just causing, like, more issues.
Yeah, I love Bunky's response.
Yeah.
I don't even think he wasn't even trying to get toward him. He's like, you're going to put sweaty towels. I just love him saying that. Then we get So Kristen and Mike have birthdays. So they're saying like, which one do you want to have a dinner? And they vote for Krista, but she brings Mike anyway because they're celebrating. So they get kind of like this romantic kind of dinner where she's teaching him how to eat crawfish, and they're kind of talking strategy and shit. So what did you think about this? And will this have an effect on the game moving forward? Jada, then Kristen, and Tequilla, go Jada.
Yeah. Your comment about it being romantic, kind of. I also am very attracted when somebody sucks the head out of a crawfish. Like, that really gets me going. No, it was nice of her, I think, to invite Boogie. Chris is a very nice person, and she plays the game in a way that she still is able to maintain who she is as a person. Like, her and like Monica and Hardy, I think, are like some of the very few people who like you can tell that they're just like being who they are. And so that's nice. So I think it's nice that she invited him, and she was like, yeah, I got crawfish for me and sushi for him because I know it's his favorite food. And they had a nice like kind of like strategy session. And I think it's going to make them a little bit closer in the future. I think Krista has been kind of playing both sides of the coin for the alliances that have been going on in the house. And this really showed us how much more invested she is in Chilltown, I think. Because, first of all, she didn't nominate anybody from Chilltown up as like a safety thing. And then now she's, having dinner with Boogie and being like, oh, like, let's talk about game. So I think it's going to bring them closer together as friends, as teammates, and in the house in general.
Okay, Kristen?
I think that as a strategic thing, it was a good move, and I think that as a decent human being thing, it was a good move. I mean, for the show to do that dick thing where they're just like, hey, which contestant gets to have a good birthday, Like, I'm glad that she chose him instead of somebody else, so he still had a nice time. Also, I want to comment, why is everyone so obsessed with sushi in the show?
I don't
It,
know.
like, drives me up the wall.
And it's like 2001 too.
food.
I didn't know
I
sushi was a
know.
thing in 2001.
Right?
It apparently was the only thing people ate.
That and peanut butter sandwiches. But
And
yeah.
baked potatoes.
Yeah, and like don't get me wrong, I love sushi, but oh wow. But I thought
it was fine with losing $500,000 to go eat sushi.
I thought it was a nice moment. I thought that him eating the crawfish wrong was really funny. Cause like he was trying his darn best.
And Krista was just like, I've been doing this since I was 4, sweetie. Like, come on, you just
Right? I thought it was a real like sweet, genuine moment. Like, I know that it could have been like just for the show, like just for the game, just for strategy, but I do think that they had a genuinely nice time.
And Tequila?
Yeah, I think it was a good idea for her to pick, Boogie since he had the birthday too, so she could share it with somebody else, and have a better connection. Like, their relationship was rocky a little bit, with the trio basically. So to pull him aside and to, talk a little bit, but to also have a good time at the same time was really good. So I'm glad that they're able to, talk a little bit, have a good time, goof around a little bit, kind of talk a little bit of strategy, but not really at the same time. So I really feel like it was, like half romantic, half not. So I really feel like it was a good time that they had for the both of them.
All right, so we have 3 more points to talk about before we wrap this thing up. The first of those 3 last points is Kent at the end of episode 6 going to 7 looks done for. He's like completely isolated. He's sitting in the room eating ice cream, talking to the camera because no one will talk to him. I love that.
That was hilarious.
How he's like, shake your head like this. Come on, do it. And like things like that. It was fun. It was a good for us, the audience, to have like a moment with Kent. Did you guys really think it was it for Kent based on that edit? Doesn't matter who answers.
No, because they are annoyed by Kent and they're annoyed by Autumn, but I don't know. I just kind of felt like they were more annoyed by Autumn because Kent you can just ignore.
Yeah.
And Autumn is like, you can't just ignore her because then she gets more like clingy and
Annoying.
emotional and annoying. So they did a nice try with the editing, but I didn't fall for it.
I thought it was just like super comedic.
Yeah.
Like I was sitting there like rooting for Kent. I was just like, if that camera doesn't start shaking its head, I'm gonna be pissed. I was so mad that they didn't respond. I was like just waiting for the little shift. But I thought it was like a good little bit. I didn't see it as like them trying to portray it like he wouldn't be going home. I saw it as more of like this is where he's at right now in his life.
You know, Ken's a little crazy right now.
Right. I thought it was like a good little addition, and it honestly made me like Kent more.
Yeah.
Because it was just so funny.
Chocolate ice cream, like, yeah, man, like, I feel you.
Yeah. Is it your first day?
Third day.
All right. So we go into the eviction, and it's 7-0. Autumn is evicted, which means that Chilltown even was like, "Yeah, forget the Kent plan. We're just gonna get this bitch out of here." Final thoughts on Autumn's game, Jada, and Kristen, and Tequilla.
Overall, I think we can all agree Autumn, you can't even say she wasn't playing a great game because you can only say she wasn't playing the game at all. She was too focused on all the things that she has going on within herself. She clearly wasn't in the right frame of mind to be playing the game. I think if she came back in like a later season and was in the right state, she would actually be like a relatively okay contender. But she just was not here for it, and I wasn't surprised, and I'm not mad about it. Like, I'm fine that Autumn went home, and I think everybody else is too.
Kristen?
Yeah, I thought that she wasn't like the worst person. I thought she was nice, but she like was not there for it, you know? She like I don't know, like her character even was so off for me because I was like, "Oh, she's just lonely. She's just kind of weird." Cuz when she went to I think it was Hardy's bed and she like the first week or something and went to go lie down with him to cuddle and was super
That was the
creepy
first
about
time.
it.
That was like 10 hours of knowing him.
Yeah, and then like because he was even like, hey, this is weird, and she was just keeping at it, and I'm like, that's super creepy. Like, you can't do that to people, only to find out later she has a boyfriend too. Like, I didn't even know that. And like, I'm just wondering, like,
I think that's her baby daddy. I don't think that they're together.
oh,
She always
okay.
said like single mom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then they
I'm
at the
pretty
end they
sure
were
that's
just like,
the baby father.
yeah, but then they were saying at the end like, oh, is my boyfriend here? Like, yep, your boyfriend and son are here. So I was like super confused.
Maybe he like while she was in the house, he's like, "Yeah, I better get back with this bitch before she kills me."
Oh God. You're not wrong though. She was always just, you know, like you could see it coming from a mile away that she wasn't gonna win. Even if she didn't go home this week, she would go home eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they replayed the clip of Boogie going, "Well, there are black guys in here."
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so bad. Tequila, final thoughts on Autumn.
Yeah, I thought she wasn't there from day one to begin with. I knew she wasn't going to be playing a long game. I knew it was going to be short, especially towards like the fifth episode. She was already gone from there. I was surprised from the 0 to 7 though. I figured some people would have Ken out, but not all of the people there. But I'm with Jada. Like, I know everybody's happy that she's gone. Like, they didn't want her there anyway. I didn't want her there anymore. She was just an emotional wreck, and she was making me an emotional wreck just watching her. So I mean, I'm glad Ken's still there. I hope he goes a little bit further, but for Autumn, I'm glad that she's back with her son and having a good time and finally being able to just get everything off her chest and just leave the house.
Yeah, my thoughts on Autumn. I think if this were a later season, they drag Autumn close to the end just because she's worthless. But I think she went into this. I mean, granted, it's season 2, it's new, but she went into the season not knowing anything of what she was about to go through. And as soon as it started, she's like, "Yeah, I don't think I can do this." But yet, when she's evicted, it looks like she's upset that she is evicted.
Yeah.
She says, "Yeah, I saw it coming," but I'm like, "No, you didn't." And I don't know. To me, I did not like her personally. I thought she played a shitty game. And I just, as an entertainment standpoint, like, if I'm playing Big Brother 2, oh yeah, keep Autumn. Let me drag that hot beater. But to get Autumn out so I can watch people who actually entertain me. Whereas I think with Cheryl, I was like, oh man, I'm really sad to see Cheryl go. So the final thing we have to talk about, and there's 2 questions, kind of 3 questions. So I'll hurry. The game comes down to Shannon and Hardy. And Hardy is our new HOH going into the next eviction. So first question for the 3 of you. Who do you think Hardy will nominate? Jada, then Kristen.
Oh, Hardy will no doubt nominate Chilltown. I don't know which people of Chilltown, but no doubt Chilltown. Probably Shannon, but either one of the guys. Like, he's heading for the Alliance because he has seen them cause nothing but turmoil in this game. And Hardy is, while a beefcake, he is a softie at heart. And so he is, like, not here for them to be, like, these bullying, conniving assholes.
Hey.
I definitely agree with that. Just like straight on. I think that it's gonna be. I kind of think he's gonna lean more towards Mike. I don't know what if that's feeling is just because like I don't know. I feel like he might do it to get back at Shannon instead of just voting her off like outright. I think he would be kind of petty about it.
Chilltown. He's gonna definitely pick one of them. I don't know if he's going to pick 2 people from Chilltown, but I really do think Chilltown's going to go down in the next 2 episodes for sure.
And wouldn't it be funny if he did choose Will and Shannon and they were like pit against each other and this weird like budding romance they have? That'd be fun
Weird
to watch.
Is right.
All right, and then my next question is, your HOH instead of Hardy, who do you nominate? Jada, then Kristen.
Oh God.
You personally, how would you play the
me personally?
The people in the house.
Oh geez. Is it weird that I hated Nicole so much last week, but now I'm just like okay with her? I would definitely put up somebody from Chilltown, and then, oh God, I don't know. Everybody else is like fine. Maybe Kent.
Is this what Jada HOH looks like? Because I've never seen this.
I mean, like, if this was me last week, if you were asking me, like, when Krista was HOH, if I was in her position, what would I do? I would have a better answer for you. But, like,
this is a toughie.
Yeah, because, like, definitely want a gun for Chilltown. But then, you know, if you.
Which one?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think. You know what? So I don't think Mike, he doesn't bug me as much. It's Will and Shannon. And I just don't know which one of them is a worse person. And that's the dilemma there.
Okay, Kristen?
I think I would go for Will and Mike.
Ooh, why?
Because, you know, I don't know. I think that Will would ultimately lose that battle because he is kind of like not great compared to Mike, and Mike's not the worst guy, but they're both good competitors. So you're either way, you're winning. And if Will loses, that's an extra petty point for me because then Shannon doesn't have her boy toy and it's just more fun. So, and like, I don't know. If they pit up Shannon against Mike, I feel like Shannon would have the higher ground.
Yeah, because Shannon's a bitch, but she also wasn't an HOH who put people who were still in the house up on the block.
Yeah.
And that's where I think things might go wrong for Mike.
Yeah. But I think that if those two are pit together, either way, it's really a win-win.
Okay, and Tequilla, who are the 2 you would nominate if you were HOH?
Probably a person from Chilltown, so I definitely would go for Shannon. I know you guys probably hate me, but I say Shannon and Nicole would be a kind of cool putting him up on the block just to see, because I mean, you know, like me and Jada, yeah, because like I hated Nicole to begin with, but now I really like her, and I hate Shannon But then, I mean, Nicole could flip, next episode. And
Yeah,
I could
that's true.
really hate Nicole. Yeah, I really hate Nicole and then like Shannon. So I think 2 girls instead of a guy and a girl would be a better on the block.
Okay. If it was my decision, I'd probably put up Shannon and Kent, and my reasons would be Kent. You're like, look, I think you were on the block last time. I don't think you'll be mad about this. Shannon, your actions in this house have been probably borderline despicable. You're my target. Let's see how these votes fall.
Mm-hmm.
Would you straight up say like you're my target?
Oh God, I hope
Yes,
so.
just because I want Shannon to be as petty to me as possible, so that the house will vote her out.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
want her
yeah.
to play the sparring game. I want her to come at me with 1,000 lashes so that she'll get herself out of the house.
Yeah.
It's great strategic wise.
Mhm.
Okay, so my final question before we end here. We'll go down the line. Who is playing the best? Because Autumn's out of the game now. She's no longer part of this.
Mhm.
Who's playing the best game so far? Just this episode 7. Best and worst. Say it again.
Worst game. Wow, sorry guys. It's like I just froze. Let's go with best game. I think Monica is kind of sneaking in there, and you're just like not seeing it. And they touched on it a little bit, because she has a close connection with everybody. So she is playing like kind of a slyly, but still I think a very, very good game. Hardy obviously won HOH, so he's doing a good job. Worst game, I don't know. Shannon probably, just because she has been, I don't know, like everybody has seen her being like this bully and this manipulative person, and it's like if you're going to be manipulative, you have to do it in a way so that you're not being caught, so you win. But you're being caught, you're being shown on full display. Everybody there knows that you're being fake as fuck. So probably the worst game, Shannon.
Okay, Kristen?
See, I'm a little torn on worst game because like I really like your reasoning for Shannon, because I agree that like I don't think anybody should ever play a game to that degree because it will get you voted off like really quick. But I don't know. I also think that Kent's on the bottom of the list for me because he's like, I don't know. He almost just doesn't care. He is kind of like
talking to the camera, eating ice cream.
Yeah. He is kind of like getting off. And then I'd say best game. I also am following your reasoning, but I want to kind of say Bunky instead, because he acts like he has no idea what's going on. He acts like he's like this poor guy. I think it's a ruse, to be honest. Like
I'm just like this naive gay guy. Like
right, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that he's really gonna pull out some stops. We've seen him go and talk behind other people's backs and like get them on his side because of like who he is. That's a great way to play the game. Like take those benefits, And he did. He got most everybody on his side because he was like, I'm so nervous to come out about this. And I think that was genuine. But I think he took that genuine fear and turned it into an amazing game strategy because, you don't want to be the one to vote off the gay guy because then that makes you look like a shit person.
Even in 2001.
Even in 2001. So I think he's really I think we're going to see great things from him going forward.
Tequilla? Maybe. Is she frozen?
She looks frozen again.
Mayhaps.
Oh, there she went.
Just tell me your best and worst players.
The fourth screen.
Monica, the worst of me.
Okay, she says best Monica, worst Shannon. So those are her best and worst.
Tequilla and I have really been on like the same page about a lot of things this season. Like,
yeah, you guys, it's like almost the same person.
Yeah, it's not like we're not making for like good commentary because we're just like, yeah, I agree with Tequila.
Which is fine, because when you guys play the social experiment, you're going to have very similar mindsets of how the game should be played.
Except she'll probably do better than me on challenges.
You're like, I'll be a great partner for you, minus the fact that I can't win anything. If you could win things, that would be great for us.
We'll just merge and become the same person.
We are to Jada.
Wait, actually, that's a really good idea. What about like a Big Brother style social game, but like 2 people are 1 player?
They did that in Big Brother Canada 4. Where brothers had to play as 1 player. And yeah, that was fun.
But I mean, like, not like twins, but like actually 2 people.
Twins are actually 2 people.
So,
Jada.
like, if you put me on the block, you're also putting Tequilla. Shut up.
Okay, so I think the person playing the worst game is Shannon, because she is single-handedly pissed off the entire house to the point where they're going to nominate her.
Yeah.
Anybody is going to take her out. Like, she is the obvious person. I think the best game, I would have to say Monica, because she knows what she's doing. She knows what needs to be done in the game. Just like when Krista was asking her, she's like, put up 2 Chill Time members. And Krista's like, but then one of them stays. She's like, yeah, and one of them goes. And it's like, oh, girl. Like,
yeah, Monica, okay.
But like, and you know, a Monica HOH would be amazing, because like no one's gonna see that kind of thought coming from her.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I need to post a link to this at Bunky's Facebook page, because he's gonna love all the Bunky love that is said on this on this game. Like, because he loves to be flattered, and I think he'll get the ego pump.
Yes,
Good, he deserves it.
We do love Bunky.
We
he's
stand
really funny.
Bunky in this house.
Do you remember when he was like trying to like squidge out a towel on like that rotary, and who came up to help him, and he was like, "You're doing it wrong."
Oh,
I was like the other way,
I remember
sweetie.
that.
And I was
He
like,
was so nice about it, but like it was also so condescending, and I was like, nice.
how do you manage to be like so condescending
like
but nice
working
at the
it in.
same time? So
like,
funny.
Yeah, it's probably not the best move that I would make. Watch your fingers. And like, you know, I probably wouldn't make that move another way, honey. Like, he just so not lying. All right. Well, I think this is probably the most fun we've had on an episode so far. Next time it'll be Wednesday. We'll be talking about episodes 8 and 9. Kristen, if you can join, cool. If not, it's okay. You can make the Saturday ones more, which is fine. It's the longer ones. So yeah, 8 and 9 next time on Wednesday, then 10 and 11 on Saturday.
Oh, actually, I cannot do next Saturday. I will be celebrating my 21st. I'll be clubbing.
Good Friday.
Do what?
Good Friday work.
Yeah, probably.
All right, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to end the broadcast, and I'll say goodbye to you guys.